This is KTVO's Good Morning Heartland.
Welcome back. Do you crave chocolate, carbs, or salty foods? It may be a sign that your body is missing a specific nutrient. So to fill your craving the healthy way, we have dietitian and nutritionist Carrie Snyder here this morning to break it down for us. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great. So this side smells and looks delicious. I'm just going to say that right now.
Yes.
So when we all crave, some people have a sweet tooth, some people have the salty tooth where they crave salty food. Now, is that natural, or does that mean that our body is telling us we're missing something and we want something?
There are those situations where it could mean something where you may have a deficiency in something like your chromium, your tryptophan, amino acids, vitamins, minerals. And then also, especially when it comes from the carbohydrate standpoint, we also get this feedback from carbohydrates that triggers the feel-good serotonin, the calming endorphins. So it's also can be a nutrient standpoint, it could be from a chemistry standpoint.
Right. And so when you say carbohydrates, obviously it's when it comes to carbohydrates, we all think of like bread and pasta and stuff, but carbohydrates are in a lot of different items when it comes to soda, to candy bars, to all that stuff.
Even your fruits and vegetables.
Yeah.
Those are made from carbohydrates.
Yes. So let's talk, there's good and bad carbohydrates. So
the biggest thing you want to focus on is like those fruits and vegetables and whole grains. If you are having, say, a craving, or you're wanting to make sure you do not become nutrient deficient and you want to have just a nice, well-balanced, healthy diet. But then also when us as Americans, we end up consuming a lot more of the simple carbohydrates or added sugars. That's what we think about. And as Americans, we usually consume about an extra 22 teaspoons per day of added sugar.
Wow.
Which what it looks like is about a half cup. Okay. So, and again, these things can add and provide quick energy, okay? And there are not a lot of nutrients here. So if we're wanting to prevent those nutrient deficiencies, want to go to the fruits, vegetables, whole grains. And when they provide those, that quick energy, we can also have a quick drop off. And then so when, say, middle of the afternoon and we're at work and we're low on energy, if we grab something like this or we go to the vending machine, it may give us a slight boost.
But you're going to have that sugar crash.
You're going to, you go into what we call at home that carb coma.
All right.
So
let's go ahead and talk about how can we curb, and actually make sure that we're having healthy carbohydrates intakes when we come to eating stuff.
I mean, obviously, as I've already said, make sure you have your fruits and veggies, whole grains. And I think I've said this 10,000 times I've been on here, plan. So know what you're going to take with you to work for snacks, for your lunches. Do not ever get yourself into a situation where you're starving, okay? Because when we're starving, we're more apt to actually go to these simple carbohydrates. Okay, so make sure you have a combination of foods. So make sure you're having proteins and healthy fats like olives, avocados, utilizing your dairy products also. And if you are having a craving for like some chocolate or something more sweet, maybe try and actually include that into that whole plan you're coming up with. So do something that's maybe a little bit more decadent, a little bit more rich, but plan it in and keep it small. Having it small and occasionally is fine. It's when we go the other extreme that a lot of us do, of having the soda with the donuts or the high sugar, yogurt and things like that gets us in trouble.
So what you're saying is I can have chocolate covered almonds.
Yes, you can. Keep it small and occasionally.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to add?
Just make sure that also, just overall try and limit the amount of added sugar.
Okay.
Even from the sweetness from like our Splenda and those sweeteners that aren't truly, that will still trigger those cravings for sweet foods. So keep those things in mind.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you so much. What we'll do is we'll post everything on our website at heartlandconnection.com. We'll also link up Carrie's information with her website as well. And she's also at Complete Family Medicine too. I forgot to mention that as well. So you're all over the place, which is good.
Yes, so everywhere and everywhere.
An easy contact, right?
Yes.
All right, and we'll be right back.